how do we get better at talking with our clients about the political public stress that may be going on in their lives? Well, for one thing, we have to open up space for this. Our clients, our culture has been socialized into thinking what's appropriate to talk about in therapy and what's not. So people don't come in and talk a whole lot about their car repairs and what they're working on with their car, because that's not seen as what we do. We don't do mechanical consultation. And so I think the same thing has been true with public stress and political stress and worrying about what's going on in the country, that people can have the idea that it's not what you bring to therapy. So what I found over the years is that my clients and I would banter about what's going on in the larger world before they sat down and after they got up. Okay? That's where we would talk about what was going on in the community. And then when I said, so, what do we want to work on today? What we're going to work on was personal or interpersonal. Are you with me on that? That's just sort of, right? But sometimes they wanted to talk about this other stuff, but it was like we have our confines. So one of the things that I've been working on, and I've been partnering with my colleague Patrick Doherty on this, is the idea of a letter, an open letter to clients that you can put in your waiting room, you could put on your website, that invites the conversation. And so I'm going to give you an example of one that I have put out there into the world. Dear clients, we're living in troubled times. I feel it, and most people I know feel it. I'm writing this note to let you know that I'm open to talking about something not always brought up in therapy, how what's going on in the public and political world is affecting you and your relationships and how you are coping. And then I have 3 bullet points. After a divisive presidential election, a lot of people are upset and feeling discouraged by the political infighting in our country. There is great uncertainty about what the upcoming years will look like. Some people are feeling alarmed, insecure, and threatened, while others feel hopeful that necessary change will happen. And those 2 kinds of people are often at odds with one another. I see both liberal and conservative members of our community feeling as if their values are no longer acceptable in the public arena and to some of their friends and family. The list could go on. For now, consider yourself invited to bring your concerns about the public world into our conversations in therapy. No expectation or requirement that you do so, of course, just if you think it might be helpful. I'm here to listen, support you, and help you figure out how to manage today's stresses while living a life that's in keeping with your personal and community values. My best to you, Bill. What therapists who have done this have found is that people open up. They feel invited. And you notice I wrote that in a way that I hope that people on both sides of this could feel invited to talk. So that's an example of an invitation.